Hello, I'm Bini Guan, and welcome to my video presentation. My elective was PlayLab, and I'm gonna share 3 projects in the semester. I'd like to start off with my design project, the Museum of Terrestrial. In the beginning of the project, we had a small exercise making a list of inventories of the room, and my inventory was about plants depends on the positions and the amount of lights. And this exercise made me realize that plants are actually one of the major entities in my room, so I decided to take them as the point of the entry for the museum. What terrestrial means to me was discovering invisible narrative, which are generated by my plants and making them visible. And I imagined like my plants are interconnected as one big organism, and this reminded me of the idea of cosmos. So I took it as the theme of this project. So the part 1 was installation. This is the map of it. I designed it a route based on the real size and the shape of the leaves and placed them to connect actual plants, making a big circle. I laser cut the shapes and painted in black, so at the end it turns out as a big bridge between all the plants. And for part 2, it was the publication about the documentation of terrestrial. I used the picture from the archive of plants as one element and mixed them with the shapes of the installation. I created each page for the plants, so I presented the timeline while showing the connection between each component. And by using different colors and shapes, I tried to identify each plant. The next project is from combined class of image and IMD. I started off this project with references about the materiality and immortality of data waste, and research allowed me to be aware of the issues of data waste. I developed the process based on the fact that data waste is always there, and I wanted to bring awareness of their existence through my work. I came up with the idea of cracks as a passage connecting 2 different spaces, and through the cracks I felt the fragmentized data waste leaking out, interacting with each other, and start to be mixed with our physical reality. I photographed the broken mirror and collaged them with the data waste, and to visualize it I used the archive of my media data from Instagram account. I wanted to emphasize the materiality of data waste, so I designed it 3 elements and used my data waste as a texture of it, and also gave some motions to give some sort of liveness. And for the exhibition, I wanted to show speciality behind the screen, and I wanted to show the video through the reflection on the cracks. So I made a broken mirror created from the acrylic fragments and placed it on the screen at 45 degrees. The last project is the newspaper from typography class. The idea of my newspaper started from the part 1. I was working on the different priorities between every article. I questioned like how the news website looks like if the structure just fully depends on the number of keywords that the article has, and I compared them in different sizes of grid. And for the newspaper, I was thinking the content itself should deserve to be printed out. And this reminded me of the Atlanta spa shooting that happened a few months ago in the States. I was thinking it's valuable to talk about. Then, to visualize the circumstances of these issues, I came up with the idea of folded paper. I found 2 meanings of it. Firstly, you usually fold a certain page to mark something important. And also you really need to take action or put an effort to read the text on the folded paper because the text is kinda hidden or passive somehow. So I was thinking the contents of it can be something really important to remember, but at the same time something very easily forgettable. So I put the articles following the timeline of the incident. The first page is just folded in a half, but as it continues, it's getting folded more and more, so getting hard to figure it out. I try to show some sort of overall flow. So the project was a good opportunity to recognize the issue and educate myself, and also combining typography with my interest like 3D texture was a great chance to develop my visual language.